I think I started my photography journey about 4 years ago. It started with a guy at work. I work in a corporate, I have a corporate job, and I work pretty hard hours. And about 4 years ago, there was this guy who was retiring, and I went for his retirement party. And the guy was so excited to be retiring. And I looked at him, and I went home that day really depressed because he was all excited about retiring. He'd do this and that, and he'd all these things lined up. And I went home and I said, God, I do my work really, really well, but I'm not looking forward to retirement because I have no hobbies. That kind of really woke me up. And at that time, I had a friend who was into photography, and I kind of got interested in that. And I took a workshop or two, and then I found TME and took a couple of workshops, and I just really, really enjoyed it. And I think I'm not a very regular person, but photography has been one thing that I take more seriously than vitamins. I've never been, an regular exercises or vitamins or anything, but every day I'm learning and talking and, being with photography people, etc. So I took a number of workshops. I got pretty good at it, and then when in a workshop situation, you go to the same place, you come back with images, and you see it on a large screen, and people start commenting on your images, and you think, gosh, this is good, I can do this, I feel good doing this. I realized that of all these things, if I shoot people, I absolutely love connecting with people. It comes natural to me. I enjoy forming connections. I've made lifelong friends talking to people and shooting strangers. And so it's been a great journey. And the last Location People workshop that I took with Brian, I think something clicked. I realized that's what I want to do. And the images that I was creating were received well, and Brian sparked a real interest in me. Kind of like I want to do something with it. So I'm thinking about going into a business for myself, and I'm just in the beginning stages of that thinking. And I want to take, I come from India, and I go back often, but I've never really shot photography there. And I'm going to go shooting in India, and shooting places and beautiful places in India, and the people and the character and the culture and the colors. And so I was thinking about taking people photography and location photography into developing a phototourism business. And it's kind of given me a lot of purpose and meaning into a couple of nagging fears left. I think with people photography, approaching people and connecting with them hasn't been a problem for me. I think finding myself in a new situation, on location, people shooting, and quickly coming up with a creative concept and seeing that through is still pretty daunting for me. And then with that in mind, and then bringing the new lighting and the technical aspects of it together with that, when I'm struggling, I need to practice and get really good at it, because if I keep struggling with it, then it comes in the way of my getting over the main fear, and that is, in a stressful situation, how does everything come together and you can still be creative? And so these workshop situations are actually helping in two ways. Other than teaching me the technical stuff and inspiring me, they also throw me into these situations where these things have to come together in a short period of time. I think it's really key to not try and conquer everything at one time. I think if they can simplify the learning into try and do something, try and do it often enough that that becomes part of your everyday life, and then layer the next bit of learning and the next bit of learning, most often, especially unless you're really okay with, you know, chaos, a lot of people throw in a lot of judgment because they know where they're at and they know where they want to be, and they're pretty accomplished adults in their lives. And then they feel very frustrated to take that journey. They're impatient with the journey. And so instead of doing that, you take one step and master it, and out of that goodness that you feel, then you layer the next one and kind of be kind to yourself. And I think that's the primary way of eating the elephant one step at a time, one bite at a time.